Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good
Good morning,
morning.
ma'am.
Good
morning,
ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, children.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. So all of you have gone through this chapter, combustion.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us start with the revision work. Point wise, as it is mentioned in your book. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's start. First of all, what is combustion?
The chemical
It
process.
is
the
a
chemical process in which a substance
process
burns in
Chemical
air or
process
oxygen with
burn,
the release of heat
burn
and
and
light.
produce
air,
heat and light.
oxygen,
Burn in air or oxygen with the release of heat
light
and light of
energy.
energy. Easily.
Okay. Don't just say together. Raise your hand. Raise your hands while just answering the question. And one by one, all of you just answer. Next will be Ria. Ria, are you there? Ria Kumari?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. You answer the next point. What are combustible substances or fuel?
The substances that undergo combustion is called a combustible substance or fuel.
Or fuel. Or fuel. Now, what are the conditions necessary or required for combustion to take place? Aditya Raj.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am. There must be a combustible material. The temperature should above the ignition temperature or kindling temperature. There must be a continuous supply of air or oxygen.
Okay. Then, what is ignition temperature? Sarah. Sarah?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Tell.
The lowest temperature at which a combustible material catches fire is known as ignition temperature or kindling temperature.
Okay. Correct. Then Shubh Narayan.
Yes, ma'am.
Explain me the activity of the paper cup and which is filled with water and which is empty. The activity related, what does it prove with that activity?
Yes, ma'am. When an empty paper cup is placed over uh, a stove, it starts to burn immediately because it reaches its ignition temperature in a less time. Whereas in a paper cup which is filled with water, uh, the ignition temperature for water goes high, so it does not start combustion in a low time.
And it takes more time to get heated as the temperature is transferred to the water, and then it does not catch fire immediately. So, good explanation. Next. What is the ignition temperature of white phosphorus? Deepak.
35 degrees Celsius.
Okay, very good. Why do the flame of a candle blows off when we blow over it? It goes off when we blow over it strongly. Yashashvi. Others don't talk in the class. Just
When
mute
we
your
blow-
mic. Hmm.
When we blow strongly above the burning candle, our air from the mouth will decrease the temperature over that, which lowers the ignition temperature of burning. And also our breath contains carbon dioxide, which also acts as a fire extinguisher, which combinedly stops the burning of candle.
Very good. So two points are here. Carbon dioxide is also there. So children, in your exam, sometimes you all miss those points. So don't miss it. If it is coming in 1 or 2 marks, you just see that 2 points are written in the question, write it to the point. Clear? Now the question pattern has changed, and you are having you have to just fight for 1 marks in each question. Half marks you will have to describe more. So you just read the question paper very carefully when you are in the examination hall. Then next one, what are the different types of combustion? Aditi Priya. Very good. So many
Yes,
students
ma'am.
have raised their hands. Aditi Priya, please come forward.
Yes, ma'am. Types of combustions are slow combustion, rapid combustion, sputless combustion, explosive combustion.
You just explain two, slow combustion and rapid combustion with examples.
Slow combustion. When a combustional material burns at a slow or moderate rate, its combustion is called slow combustion.
Hmm.
Rapid combustion.
Example. Tell the example of slow combustion.
For example, powder, cake, wood, etc.
Next.
Rapid combustion. When a combustion substance burn at a fast rate, its combustion is called rapid combustion. For example, gaseous fuels generally undergo rapid combustion.
Okay, correct. Then next one, who is there? Abhishek Kumar. Abhishek Kumar 8G. You tell me about spontaneous and explosive combustion with example.
Ma'am, when a combustible substance catches fire without the interference of any heat given by us, they are called spontaneous combustion. For example, phosphorus can catch fires on the room temperature of 35 degrees Celsius above.
Okay, explosive.
Ma'am, explosive, when a mixture of a combustible material which can generate heat energy, which can generate heat energy, light energy, and the pressure, they are called extraction. For example, burning of firecrackers are some example of explosive combustion.
Okay, correct. Next, Priyanshu Rajak. Priyanshu.
Yes, ma'am. Mic.
how can we control fire in the, you can say, ammunition depot, if it is in fire? If a person is in fire, or if that particular place is in fire, how we are going to just control fire over there? What
By the
steps?
use of fire extinguisher.
If fire
and by the use
extinguisher
of-
is not available, then what will you do? The local things, what should be there so that it can be immediately
Water.
controlled?
Water.
Water.
and water.
एम्यूनिशन डिपॉट में सबसे पहले क्या होता है? वाटर के पहले
Sand.
सैंड.
Sand.
That is much
Ma'am.
more
And
helpful in that. Why we throw sand?
Ma'am, carbon
Because
dioxide.
it is used to cut off supply of air in
Cut
case of
off the
fire
supply
produced
of
by
air
kerosene
and
or
the
petrol.
of the supply of oxygen.
Yes.
Reduce the supply of oxygen.
मैम कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड मैम फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर होता है ना?
हाँ होता है, लेकिन सैंड जब थ्रो करते हैं, when we are going to throw sand on it, because it is the immediate spontaneous reaction that you have to show over there, so that will be helpful in instead of just managing water supply and wait for the fire extinguisher. We have to first of all at the ammunition depot, that is why a portion is covered with sand, just to take this step immediately. What will happen, or what step will you take when a person catches fire with the help of through electric supply? Then what will you do?
Usage
Ma'am,
of sand and
sand.
carbon dioxide.
No, ma'am,
We
carbon
can
dioxide
cover
not.
that person with a blanket.
In such case, supply of electric current should be switched off and fire brigade should be called immediately.
Yes, we will not use water, no wrapping. First of all, cut the supply of electric current, and then you have to call the fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher.
Yes. Now tell me the reaction which is going on inside the fire extinguisher. Who will tell? Arushi Raj, 8G.
Yes, ma'am.
Bolo.
2NaHCO3 plus H2SO4 gives Na2SO4 plus 2H2O plus XO2.
Here what is released? Water water which has got carbon dioxide is released through the reaction by the just structural, you can say, method which is there inside the fire extinguisher, that is helping us to extinguish fire immediately. Should we pour water when there is fire through electric short circuit? Aman.
No,
No, ma'am.
no,
ma'am.
water is a good conductor of electricity.
No, ma'am.
Because it is a good conductor of electricity.
So that it can give a
Water is good
electric
conductor of
shock.
electricity and it can cause electric shocks.
This may be proof fatal.
Yes, it can prove fatal. What happens when there is incomplete combustion? You say Aryan Raj. Aryan, 8G.
Yes, ma'am.
Bolo, what happens when there is incomplete combustion?
In incomplete combustion, first, a part of the unburned carbon passes into the atmosphere in the form of soot. This not only wastes the fuel but also pollutes the atmosphere. Second, carbon monoxide is formed. This gas is highly poisonous and this causes respiratory problems.
Yes, and may prove fatal. Now, next one, Aman Kumar, 8F, 8E, I think, 8E. Aman, what is flame?
Yes, ma'am.
What is flame?
Flame may be defined as the region over which gases burn.
Okay.
मैं दही चूड़ा खाऊंगा.
Acha, whatever you will eat, you discuss after the class. Okay, or mute your mic. Whatever you are eating, discuss after the class. Very good if you are taking that. Okay. Now let us have this. What are the 3 zones of flame? Next is
Ma'am,
Vashvi. Vashvi, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Bolo. What are the 3
Yes.
zones of a flame?
Yes, ma'am.
Vashvi Sagar.
Innermost zone, middle zone or luminous zone, and yes, ma'am. And
Bolo.
outermost zone or non-luminous zone.
Okay. So
Ma'am,
inner,
define भी करना है.
हाँ, innermost zone को define करो.
Yes, ma'am. It is the zone of unburnt wax vapors given off by the molten wax, and middle zone or luminous zone, the zone where there is a partial combustion of wax vapors with liberation of energy, and outermost zone, the zone of complete combustion of wax vapors and carbon particles, that is the hottest part of the flame.
Okay. Once again, who can describe this answer?
Ma'am, I.
Arushi, can you do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Arushi Raj.
Yes,
Bolo.
ma'am. Innermost zone. This zone consists of unburnt wax paper given off by the molten wax. It is the coldest part of the flame. Middle zone or luminous zone. In this zone, partial combustion of wax papers takes place with the liberation of a lot of energy. This zone of the flame is hotter than the dark inner zone. It is yellow in color. Outermost zone or non-luminous zone. It is a zone of complete combustion of wax papers and carbon particles. It is the hottest part of the flame.
Okay, now next children, have you gone through the different experiments which are mentioned, activities which are mentioned in your book? That also sometimes comes in your exam, questions related to that. So, Aman, I think you have answered. Athar,
Yes, ma'am.
you tell me the first activity which shows the presence of wax vapor. How can you prove that the this innermost zone is having wax vapors in it, unburnt wax vapors?
Yes, ma'am. We have to take a candle of medium size and fix it on a table. Then light the candle, and when the flame of the candle becomes steady, introduce a thin glass tube in the dark inner zone as shown. You will notice that the glass tube gets filled with grayish white vapors, which start coming from the other end of the glass tube. Now we have to bring a burning matchstick near the mouth of the tube. We will observe that the vapors catch fire and burn, producing a flame similar to that candle of flame. This shows that the wax vapor are present in the innermost zone of the candle flame.
Okay, correct. Then next one, Shreya Mitra, 8F.
Yes.
Second activity to show that luminous zone of a candle flame contains unburned particles of carbon.
First, to show this activity, we have to take a candle and fix it on a table, and then we have to light the candle. Now, we have to take the glass slide into the luminous part of the flame by holding it with a pair of tongs. We have to hold the slide in same position for about 40 seconds and then remove it. We will observe that a glass ring formed on the glass slide in which there is no decoration of the middle ring. The position is due to carbon
Have you completed? No. Shreya. Okay, next one. I think some technical problem is there. Shreya, have you completed? Okay. Then Saksham Arya. Saksham.
Yes, ma'am.
You
Yes,
just
ma'am.
complete this activity. Once again, you tell.
Take a candle and fix it on a table. Light the candle. Now introduce a clear glass slide into the luminous part of the flame by holding it with a pair of tongs. Hold this light in the same position for about 40 seconds and then remove it. We will observe a circular grayish black ring formed on the glass slide in which there is no deposition in the middle of the ring. The formed on the glass slide in which there is no deposition. The black deposition is due to unburnt carbon particles in the luminous zone of the flame. The center of the ring does not have any carbon particles because this part was over the dark inner zone which does not have unburnt carbon particles.
Okay, with this activity, we will prove that the inner part will not have any unburnt carbon, and that is why there is a hole-like structure which is obtained on the, you can say, paper or cardboard which you are holding above the flame. Clear? Next. Kavish, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
You tell me the next activity that shows that non-luminous zone
Yes, ma'am.
is the hottest part of the flame.
Okay, ma'am. Hold a thin and long wire across the candle flame for about 30 seconds. We will notice that the copper wire gets red hot in the non-luminous zone, and it just gets back in the luminous zone to part of carbon particles.
This proves that so you will conclude it also that this observation proves that the outermost non-luminous zone of the flame is the hottest.
The hottest zone.
Okay. Whenever you write an activity, do it as I have explained you in the class. That first materials required, then procedure, and then conclusion. These 3 points should be very much clear over there so that it proves that you are knowing the activity in a systematic manner. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Then next one, Anurag Anand.
Yes, ma'am.
What is calorific value of a fuel?
The amount of heat energy produced on completely burning 1 kilogram of a fuel in pure oxygen is called the calorific value of a fuel.
What is this unit?
Kilojoule per kilogram. Kilojoule per kilogram.
Now, what do you understand by this calorific value? What does this say? This is
The
your
more the
definition.
calorific value, the better the fuel.
A fuel
Yes.
which produces more
Efficiency
heat.
of the fuel.
That is efficiency of the fuel. The question may be twisted in that way. Clear? That what do you understand by calorific value? So you just don't become blank over there. That I have not studied. You have studied, but you are not answering through the point of which is asked over there. So don't get confused. Every point you all have studied regarding the chapter. So logically, when you are revising, you think over it. Clear? It is all mentioned in your book also. It is the more the calorific value, the better is the efficiency of a fuel. Now, for your confusion, it will be mentioned, some of the fuels will be mentioned, coal, wood, kerosene, petrol. Then you will be asked that which one is the most efficient fuel. So it is just that you keep in mind which has got more calorific value or which can burn and produce heat more. Clear? Then a very common question asked from this chapter, what is the characteristic of a good fuel? And very easy also. So Pragya Kumari.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell Pragya.
Ma'am, a good fuel should first be easy to store. Second, have a high calorific value. Third, be cheap, readily available, and easy to transport.
Fourth, not produce harmful gases after burning. Fifth, undergo complete and controllable combustion. And the sixth one is a have a low ignition temperature. However, this should not be below or around the room temperature.
Okay, very good. Now, Shreya Mitra. Shreya, are you there? Shreya Mitra, can you hear me? Shreya?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, you tell me, why are gaseous fuel considered to be the best?
Gaseous fuels are considered to be the best because gaseous fuels are supplied in cylinders through pipeline. Hence, their transport cost gets lower than the solid or the liquid fuels. Gaseous fuels, second point is gaseous fuels release a large amount of energy. They do not also leave any ashes or solid reduce on combustion. Third point is gaseous fuels produce least amount of harmful gases as compared to the solid or liquid fuels. Fourth point is gaseous fuels can be easily ignited with even with a small spark. Their rate of combustion can also easily be controlled with the help of a control valve.
Okay, so this question is very important. Ignition temperature, calorific value, characteristic of a good fuel. Why are gaseous fuel better than other solid or liquid fuels? And next is the three parts of the zone of the flame. All of you should just mug it up. This is very, very important. And you will get some or the other questions related to it. Then different types of combustion, ignition or kindling temperature. These are the very, very important, and this chapter is also very easy for you all to learn. Now, what are the harmful effects of fuel? Ashish.
Ma'am.
Yes, bolo.
Ma'am, harmful effects of a fuels. Fuels such as coal, petrol release unburnt particles in the environment. The particles released in air that pollute the air, that cause a respiratory problem, lungs damage, ozone layer affected, reduce the ability of a blood to bring oxygen to the blood cells, and the tissues and liver, kidney also get damaged.
Okay, and what effect will it give to the environment?
Yes, ma'am.
Does it cause any harmful effect to the environment?
Yes, ma'am. It pollutes the air.
And it can also create global warming. Then it can
Yes, ma'am.
cause acid rain.
Acid rain.
Acid
Yes.
rain.
These
also
2
the effect
points
of the
also
ozone.
you mentioned, apart from your personal or the impact it is giving on our health. Apart from that, these 2 points should also be mentioned. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So with this, we have completed this lesson also. Anybody want to ask anything in this chapter? Listen, children, you all please go through this diagram also. Draw the diagram of different zones of the candle. Sometimes labeling of the zones are given, and how can you calculate the calorific value of wood, and what amount of energy is released? These are the general questions of this chapter. So once you can practice this flame, diagram of flame, all of you just take it in your paper and pen. Just have that. Draw the diagram of a flame and can show it on the screen. Just practice, and then for the next class, we will have the next chapter. Although I think the next chapter This chapter is your related to conservation. Children, this is for internal assessment only, not for your final exam, conservation. So would you like to revise this?
No, ma'am.
Then we will leave this conservation chapter and come to the next one. This one is also for your internal assessment, crop production and its management. 9th chapter is also
Refraction
for
and dispersion of light.
then we
But
will
ma'am,
come
we
to
can revise.
refraction and dispersion in the next class. So in the meantime, let's have this diagrammatic just practice of the flame. Just do it quickly and show me. You can open your screen, children. Jagrit, are you there? Jagrit,
Yes, ma'am.
are you drawing the diagram?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any problem?
No, ma'am.
So I expect all of you from all the students should have good marks in this exam, coming exam. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I see that
Yes,
you all are
ma'am.
not coming with any problem. So I think that all of you have are preparing it well,
Yes,
isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am, done.
Come on the screen. Yes, I can see Shreya is showing. Shreya Mitra is showing.
Yes, ma'am.
Ananya. Others. Shubh Narayan. ठीक है, very good. Ananya has drawn.
Ma'am, I have also completed.
Come on the screen. Sanidhya is there. Arushi, Aditya Raj. Yes, very good.
मैम कोई पर्सनली बात करके नंबर मांग रहा है.
Don't give. Just don't talk to them.
मैम.
Don't talk to them.
मैम ये है मैम अमन.
कौन है अमन? किस क्लास का?
अमन 8E.
किस लिए उसको नंबर चाहिए? Just avoid these type of students. Arushi Raj.
Ma'am, done.
Yes, Arushi, you have done. Ripunjit Tripathi has done. Sudhanshu has done. Sanidhi Sanchit has done. Okay. Anushka, your focus is not proper. Anushka Kumari. Show it properly. Sudhanshu has done. Mohit Raj, mute your mic. Okay, children. Then this will be homework for you all, those who have not done it. And note down the next.
completed.
Show
I
it.
have complete.
Yes, yes. Those who have done, just show. दिखाओ हाँ जागृत I have seen. Correct. Vashvi, yes, correct. Piyush Raj, yes. Yes, Aditi Priya, I have seen your correct. Okay, children. Thank you then. We will meet on Monday. Tomorrow is a holiday. All of you are knowing it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Message आ गया.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
So
ma'am.
just go
you,
through
ma'am.
refraction and
Thank
dispersion
you,
of
ma'am.
light. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Thank you,
homework
ma'am.
क्या है?
Okay,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Refraction
ma'am.
and dispersion of light.
Ma'am, chapter 10.
Okay, ma'am.
Chapter 10. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Thank you.